President Tinubu, Your Excellency, sir, this is a passionate appeal from your children and your grandchildren and great-grandchildren. I am appealing to you, sir. There is this thing, if you can do it for Nigerians, Nigeria will never forget you. Nigerians will never forget you. You will write your name with a golden pen. Please, our father and the president of Nigeria, restructure this country. Restructure Nigeria now that you have the opportunity. Do it now. And generation unborn will remember you for this. Do electoral reform for Nigerians. Do electoral reform for Nigerians. Do census for Nigerians. And release Nnamdi Kanu. If you can do this for Nigerians, I believe I'm speaking the minds of many people in Nigeria. I'm speaking the minds of over 70% of Nigerians. Release Nnamdi Kanu. Please, restructure Nigeria. Push for electoral reform. And do census. Let us know. We are tired of this estimation of we are over 250, you are over 220 million people. No, we want to know how many are we. So we want to have a central data for everyone in the country, where you can capture everyone in the country. Mr. President, if you can do this for our nation, I promised you, I know, I'm speaking the minds of many. The 2027 you are struggling for, that is making you trying to do displease everyone. No, you won't even have to struggle. Those who do not even like you will not even remember the hunger you have brought, the hardship you have brought in Nigeria. They will support you for your second term. If you can restructure Nigeria today, push for it through the National Assembly the same way you do them to change the national item of Nigeria into from the old one to the new one you introduced today. The same way most of the big things you want, you push them through in the National Assembly. Do these things I am pleading with you. Push the bills for electoral reform, where even you cannot even control or influence the INEC chairman. If they do so, compromise their position, they will face capital punishment. That is the electoral reform, where beavers and IRF will be the only recognized thing. The human factors will be minimized. That is the electoral reform, where all these things will be backed by law. No way for all of you, the politicians, will find a way to manipulate. It will favor you. Now, many people are threatening you feed their own Nigeria. And without them, anybody cannot win election. They are threatening you from the north. It's not a joke. If you think everyone around you who are from the north, who are serving under you, both vice president or your national advisor for security, don't listen to any of them. It's the same assurance they gave Goodluck Jonathan. But at the end of the election, they couldn't do anything. But if today you can be able, Mr. President, to do electoral reform, don't think the same electoral system that brought you in, because the electoral system that brought you in is fraudulent. It's not a good one. Many Nigerians know. You cannot conduct election. Over 70% of election you conducted pass through court process. So it means the process is fraudulent. The process is not clear. So we need electoral reform, where we will not have any issue going to court. The people will decide who will be their leaders, not a few judges, not 6-man panel, not 7-man panel that will come and decide who will be the president, governor, a senator of the country. We want to decide by ourselves. So if you can fix this for Nigerians, Mr. President, I myself, and I know millions of Nigerians will come out who did not even support you, will come out to support you. I will lead your campaign. If you can restructure Nigeria today, do electoral reform, and complete this census, releasing Nnamdi Kanu. Even the southeast, where you could not get vote, Mr. President, you will be surprised in 2027. Me, myself, I will lead campaign for you. If River State, where I come from, can manage their resources by themselves and pay tax to federal government, if you can restructure Nigeria, that is what we need today. I want to manage my resources. The same way someone in Zamfara is managing their goods, the same way I want to manage my oil in my backyard and pay tax to you. This is things affecting the country. This is why people are feeling being marginalized. If you can restructure, let all of us go back to our villages and begin to think a way out. Nigeria will be a better place. Mr. President, if you can do this, I know I'm speaking the minds of thousands of Nigerians, millions of Nigerians. Nigerians will surprise you in 2027. Please do this for us. It's a passionate appeal. But if you think you are depending on the fair electoral system, they will use that same fair electoral system and corrupt the electoral system and knock you out. They will knock you out. They are coming up and people will promise you and do this. If you like, put a Yoruba man as an INEC chairman in all the northern states. They can't do anything. But if you do electoral reform, where the real vote, the real people will vote, not people will stay somewhere and just bring out figures, while you will be announcing 2 million votes in Lagos, someone will come from Kanu and bring over 5 million votes. Is that the kind of electoral system you want to depend on? They will do you that treatment as they threaten you with the treatment they did to Goodluck Jonathan. It's the same way the heirs of Goodluck Jonathan, all his ministers were giving him assurance, don't worry, we are behind you. But at the end, they could do, most of them could not even win their polling unit. They could not even travel to their place to do election in North. Don't let anyone deceive you. But Mr. President, if you can restructure the Nigeria today, do electoral reform, where normal vote will count. If it is 200 people we have in Kanu, 200 people we have in Kaduna, we will have them be counted and vote. Then we will see how the election will turn out. Nigerians will support you. Nobody will remember the hardship you put them through. It's a passionate appeal. I am appealing to you, Mr. President. Don't wait for them to give you the treatment they gave to Goodluck Jonathan. All of them today, they are ganging up. They are ganging up. But try to gain your support from the citizens. If you gain your support from the citizens, how do you do these things? Do restructuring. Give us electoral reform, where we can decide who will be our leaders. Do a proper census for Nigerians. Releasing Nnamdi Kanu. These are things I am begging you, as your own children. Our Father, please, releasing Nnamdi Kanu. Start electoral reform process now. The same way you manage to convince the House of National Assembly to do the national item for you, to change it to the one you like. Use that same process to back up the restructuring with law. Back up the electoral reform with law, where politicians will not have influence over the electoral system, where the people will decide. You might be a #1 beneficiary of that process if you do this for Nigerians, because it will be difficult for them to manipulate that process. Whatever thing did not come through the IRF is not recognized. Whatever thing that is not captured in the beavers is not recognized. The ones that is on through the beavers is what we will capture. And it's going to be a real human being that can vote and not children. With that, all those people who are issuing threat to you that they would give you the treatment of Goodluck Jonathan, they will not have any power to do anything, because everyone have only one vote. I have one vote. My wife have one vote. Even if I have 7 children, it's still one vote they have. And I can't force them to vote for their choice. So I can only vouch for myself. Even if I force them, I won't know what they will put there to vote. So each human being has only one vote. So if you can make the electoral system do this electoral reform and capture for us to know how many millions are we in Nigerians, and allow even those in diaspora to participate on the election. These are the electoral reform we want you to do for Nigerians. Please do this and you will be forever be remembered. Thank you. God bless our great country.